guys, it's Haley from OneOneRabbits.com, and today I am going to be telling you all about Mocha's CT scan. So I think it was about a month ago or a couple weeks ago, I posted a video about Mocha going to the vet and getting some antibiotic cream for his eye because he's been having an ongoing eye issue for 2 years now. So we went ahead and did the 2-week antibiotic cream, and I thought that the eye got a little bit better, but as soon as we stopped the antibiotics, it came right back, and even towards the end of giving antibiotics, it was bad still. So obviously those antibiotics didn't work, and that wasn't the issue. So at that point, my vet was like, we can do an experimental, just sedate him or put him under anesthesia and do a nasal flush, or kind of like a tear duct flush, or we could trim his teeth while he's under, just see what he needs. But at this point, I had done experimental treatment for 2 years and nothing had worked. I really wanted a professional's opinion and have different tests done that I would know exactly what was wrong, so I knew how to treat it without using all these antibiotics, because honestly, too much antibiotics is not good for anyone, for humans or for animals. So I didn't want to keep treating him for things I didn't even know he had. So I went ahead and went to our state university, which has a huge vet clinic. Like, it was like the size of a hospital, like for humans. I was blown away about how big it was. So we went there, and they have so many professionals, so many people who specialize in rabbits, in every species of animal possible. So yeah, it was an awesome vet. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I have never received such good information in my life. So now that I'm done with that, I just want to kind of go through the tests that I had Mocha go through, and then the diagnosis that he got afterwards. So what we had done was first the physical exam, which is what they do before they treat any rabbit. So first he got a physical exam by a veterinary trainee, like someone going to college to be a vet thing, and then the actual experienced vet comes in and does the exact same thing, kind of. I mean, they don't re-weigh him or anything because weighing's pretty easy, but I mean, they come in and they do a full physical. I've never seen a vet like take so long doing a physical before, which was interesting, but also like I really liked it because I felt like he got more of a thorough look than at other vets. So we got a physical exam, and from the physical exam they noticed a small amount of discharge from the left eye, and from the remainder of the physical everything else looked normal. So all he had was a little bit of drainage out of his left eye, and it wasn't even really that bad because I brought Lulu along, and Lulu licks his eyes constantly. So after the physical exam, the doctor pretty much did an amazing job laying out everything that he recommended I do. He gave me all the prices, and he told me what each test did and what each test was for, and he also said what he thought was most important at this time. So what we ended up doing was a CT scan, also some people call them CAT scans, and then I wanted a eye doctor that specifically, like with all animals, specializes in eyes. So he like has all this equipment that he can look at the eye and everything, and it wasn't even that much to have the doctor look at him. So I was like, yeah, have the eye specialist look at him. And then we got a flush, which is like a tear duct flush or a nasal flush. I'm not really sure which one it was or if they're the same thing. First of all, I'm going to talk about the CT scan because that was the biggest, scariest test that I was doing. I knew ahead of time that he was probably going to be getting a CT scan and that he would have to be sedated. So sedated is a little bit different than being put under anesthesia. Sedated is a little bit less put out, I guess, and it's kind of less dramatic or less severe than being put out. He would only have to be under anesthesia if they found that his teeth were overgrown and they would need filing. But turns out his teeth were fine, so we didn't have to put him under anesthesia, which was so good. The CT scan showed a lot of stuff. When we were at the vet, they didn't have the full results because the radiologist hadn't looked at it yet, and they didn't get like the full results in. So when I came home from the vet, I knew that he had, they call it bilateral sinusitis. It's pretty much, you know, something like, kind of like a respiratory infection. It's just like, I don't know, there's different versions of sinus issues, but pretty much he's got sinus issues in his nose, which we had no clue about. When I came home and looked into it, that could cause runny eyes, but mostly I hadn't been seeing any symptoms of this, so we would have never known he had this unless I had the CT scan done. So for that, we got sent home with penicillin injection shots, which if you guys have researched at all, you'll know that penicillin should never be given to rabbits. You've always heard that, like never give penicillin. But actually penicillin can be given to rabbits if you inject it. And it's actually a very common drug that they do use in rabbits, but only in like the shot form. So I have to administer shots to him. So I actually have to do that like soon, like probably when I'm done filming this video, to give him a shot. But I only give him one shot every 5 days. I don't remember for how long, like 5 of them or something. And that hopefully will take care of the sinusitis. And so that's all I really knew from the CT scan when I left the vet. But then they told me they were gonna email me the results. So they found out that he actually had an outer ear infection, I think in both of his ears, which we had no clue that he had that either. So thankfully the penicillin should be, it should treat the ear infection as well, so we didn't have to get any more drugs for that. So hopefully that goes away. And then the last thing that we found out he had, which isn't super surprising considering his age, but he has mild tarsal and shoulder degenerative joint disease. So pretty much it's kind of like an arthritis type thing, and it is in his feet and his shoulders. So pretty much what that means is with time it could cause him pain. As of right now, we aren't seeing any symptoms of pain, and it could also cause him not to be able to jump up on things. So that's kind of common in old rabbits. They're gonna slow down, they're gonna get these joint problems. So that it's just something to keep an eye on. If he starts becoming in pain, we can always prescribe some pain meds for him. Otherwise, I might have to redo the bunny room, move the cages down to the floor so that he isn't having to jump into the cage and stuff. So, but as of right now, he's completely fine. But, you know, in the future, if it gets worse, we're gonna have to take action. So overall, the CT scan didn't really give us any information about what was going on with his eyes. I mean, the sinusitis could have been part of it, but you know, we really didn't think so. But after I had left him at the vet, we had a list of tests that they were gonna do. So after the CT scan, they went ahead and did a nasal flush, and they said that there was resistance when they flushed, so it obviously was clogged a little bit, but they got it to go through, which was good because sometimes they have blocked tear ducts and you can't push it through. Anyways, so his flushed through, so that was great. And then the major diagnosis, which I am so glad we finally kind of have, is when the eye doctor looked at him. This is something that we weren't originally gonna do, and I'm so thankful we did, because the eye specialist came in and looked at Mocha's eye. They stained it. So if we found out that what he has is called keratitis, I'm not exactly sure what that means. When I was looking it up, it kind of reminded me of a cornea ulcer, but pretty much what it is here. I'll just read his notes because I honestly don't know, but it says, today we looked at Mocha's eyes and found that he has keratitis, inflammation of the cornea in both eyes. So pretty much they found that his eye was trying to repair the damage that was done, but it just couldn't do it on its own. So either it is like an infection type thing, which you could treat with these eye drops that he got, that I do 3 times a day. Otherwise, it could be an immune thing, which I'm not really sure what that means, but pretty much I would have to use a different type of medication to treat it if that's what it was. But he sent me home with the eye drops first just to see, and then if that doesn't work, I can go back to my normal vet and she'll prescribe the immune medication. So hopefully one of those two drugs works. I'm hoping the first one works, but if it doesn't, hopefully the second one, because if the second one does not work, then we're gonna have to look into placing glue over his eyes to repair the damage or something like that. So I don't really know exactly what's going on, but I really hope this medication helps because it's been 2 years of a lot of chaos and 4 different vets and people telling me different things. So I really hope that we can get some medicine that helps him, because it's just so sad to look at your rabbit and see them not using their eyes because either it's hurting them or they just can't. So I really hope this helps him, that he'll be able to see again. Things are gonna happen when your rabbits get older like this, and you just have to understand that. And it's hard because I don't want to see my rabbits get old. I don't want to see them get sick, but you know, they're 7 and they say the average lifespan of a rabbit is 8 to 10 years, or 8 to 12 years, sorry. So, I mean, they could live till 12 years or whatever, we never know. But, you know, when they get older, they get sick easier, things happen. So, you know, it's just really hard because I don't like to see my rabbits get sick. I just want them to be healthy and happy. So yeah, this has definitely been hard because Mocha has been a healthy rabbit all his life, and definitely in the past 2 years I've seen him show old age. He doesn't run around as much, he sleeps more. So I think that's hard on me personally, just looking at him and realizing he's older. But I also have to realize, you know, it's a fact of life, and just know that I'm giving him the best care possible and the best medical treatment possible. So I'm just hoping all this stuff was worth it and that he gets better. So as for now, the next step is going to be having Mocha's eyes rechecked 2 weeks from when I saw the vet. So I think it's a week from Tuesday. So like about a week from now, we're going back to my normal vet, and she's gonna restain the eyes and then see if it's recovering from the medicine. If it's not, then we're gonna try different medicine. So yeah, keep following me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat, and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Be sure you're following all of them because sometimes I post on one and I don't post on the other, so you don't always see everything. But yeah, that's where I'm going to be posting a lot, like on Mocha's updates. And if you're following me there, you would have already known most of this information. You would have known Mocha's was at the vet and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope it wasn't too long and boring, but pretty much Mocha had a CAT scan and it was scary and I was terrified. I thought he was gonna die, but he didn't. He was fine and he handled the sedation very well. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon on a new one. Bye!